Have you achieved the American dream already? How much of the American dream have you achieved? What does a American dream realized look like? This is pretty fascinating. In my hand, I've got an interesting article from Money Talk News, and they are reporting the findings of a study done by GoDaddy. And it's important to understand who the study is done with. This is 1,000 small business owners. So not your rank and file worker. These people are entrepreneurial. They are running small businesses. And so GoDaddy went to them and they basically said, what would you say the definition of the American dream is? Or in other words, describe what reaching or achieving the American dream looks like. So this is pretty interesting stuff. And so I want to go through these. There's eight milestones, 8 achievements as defined by small business owners in America. If you've achieved these 8 things, any one of these 8, by the way, not all 8, just across the board, these are the most popular 8 answers. You understand what I'm saying? So 8 answers, and it's not all 8, but it's just that these were the top 8. And they said, if you've done this, achieved this, you have achieved the American dream. So here we go. Number 8 was having equal rights and access to opportunities. More than a quarter of entrepreneurs, it was actually 26% of entrepreneurs believe that simply having the ability to access opportunities means they have achieved the American dream. How fascinating is that? I don't think that squares with TikTok. Can I tell you that this article does not provide the demographics? But I'll bet you the 26% that said simply having the ability to access opportunities to start a business and grow a business, meaning I can get what I need to start a business. That has to be a heavy immigrant attitude, because I don't think the American attitude is that. Thank God immigrants made America great. Americans didn't make America great. The whole nation's an immigrant nation. It's pretty fascinating. I don't think you see this on social media. I think I see a lot of whining and sniveling, complaining, hand-wringing, pearl clutching. These people are going, look, the American dream means I have a shot. That's pretty amazing. But important to point out, it's the smallest percentage of people saying that is the American dream. Just having a shot, just being here. All right, number 7, being able to pay off your debts. Obviously, sinking further and further and further into debt ends up strapping all of your freedom, because you're simply working just to keep your nose above the water. If you're new to this show and you're going, that is me, the baby steps that we offer at Ramsey Solutions, RamseySolutions.com, total money makeover, financial peace. These are great resources to help you see a very clear, simple path. That's hard work, but will get you out of debt. Number 6, having assets to leave your children. This is about legacy. This is about provision, not just for yourself, but they're saying, you know what? If I can leave something behind and make my kid's life better, I have achieved the American dream. Number 5, being your own boss. Freedom to do it your way. I did it my way. I mean, people love that song, all right? It speaks to the soul of every human being. You know? I mean, that's an anthem. That's why people love that song. It's a great melody. But, man, every one of us wants to be an individual. By the way, that was on key, I want to point out. In a fake voice, nonetheless, but still made it on key. The guys never know what I'm going to do. But being your own boss is, you know why everybody wants to work for themselves? By the way, the numbers are in the 70s. 70% of Americans want to work for themselves, but the numbers are way, way, way low. Below 10% of people actually do work for themselves. But this all comes down to freedom. Number 4, owning your own home. This makes a lot of sense. 45% said, if I own my own home, I have essentially achieved the American dream. pretty interesting that it's that high just to own a home. But again, my domicile, my place for my people, right? And again, that's heavy tones of what we've seen earlier on the list. Provision, freedom, that's really huge. Number 3, freedom to pursue your own interests. 49%. I want the time, I want the freedom to pursue my own interests. Now, this begins to get personal. This isn't just professional. In the actual survey, it was to pursue passion. So again, what we call passion is simply doing something you love. This is pretty simple. Nobody's going to argue with that. So there's a lot of personal freedom here. Hey, you know what? I like giving back to the elderly, or I like going on hikes, and I like collecting this. There's a lot of just personal interest there. Number 3, freedom. That was number 3. Number 2, feeling a sense of happiness. Feeling happy. Contentment. That's all this is. I'm content. I've got a good life. I'm grateful. And then number 1, living a comfortable lifestyle. Margin. Margin to do what I want pretty much when I want. I got to be patient sometimes. I got to plan for some stuff, but I can do it. If I set a goal, I can go do this. So you see a huge theme in what it means to achieve the American dream. Can I tell you what it is? Freedom. The American dream is and always will be about freedom for someone to choose to live and work how they want to live and how they want to work. So I can tell you this. The American dream is alive and well. And you can do it. You can go get it for yourself. And I want to help you. This is the Ken Coleman Show.